What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, your man, Stuke. Back at it with another video, and today we're doing yet another toxic tier list ranking. And today we're doing a tier list ranking of all the NXT Vengeance Day 2025 matches, and we will be ranking them from the worst to the best. But before we get into actual beginning of the video, what's up, guys? Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, because number one, it's absolutely free. Number two, also maybe help with DG back with them, and I recommend the video to more people, and maybe they could join. And do feel free to comment your thoughts on NXT Vengeance Day 2025 down below. With that being said, guys, is going to and before we're going to if I seem a little bit down, it's because I tried filming this video not too long ago, probably about an hour ago, and this was originally supposed to be a tier list ranking all the NXT Vengeance Day matches and AEW Grand Slam Australia matches from the worst to the best. And then I tried editing the video or seeing if I could upload the video to YouTube, and it was not letting me at all. So I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to talk about NXT Vengeance Day instead, because whenever I talked about AEW, Grand Slam, with the photos that I added to this, it glitched out on me. So anyways, here are the tiers. We have best of the best, which means they are a perfect match. Love them. Great means they come close to best of the best, but there's a minor flaw holding them back. Toxic goodness means it was a good match. It was a solid match. Decent means it was alright. It was alright, but I still have a pretty decent amount of issues with it. Okay means overall it was a mixed bag, and I don't necessarily know how to feel about it. And then toxic trash means dumpster fire. The worst matches of NXT Vengeance Day 2025. And ignore the Royal Rumble matches here, down below. It's just a part of the tier list that I found. So, yeah. Anyways, let's go in match order, shall we? Alright, so the first match that kicked off the show was, La Primera, Stephanie McCur versus Fallon Henley for the NXT Women's North American Championship. And I'll put this decent match. This was a decent match. And the right winner ended up coming out with the victory, with Stephanie McCur winning the NXT Women's North American Championship. Don't get me wrong, I like Fallon Henley a lot, but her title reign was not the best at all, I don't think, in my opinion. Like, she only defended the title like maybe once or twice, and she will probably go down as one of the most forgettable NXT Women's North American Champions of all time, but yeah, it is what it is. Some decent in-ring action. The toxic attraction. Whoops. Fatal Influence trying to interfere and then ended up backfiring, and Stephanie McCur brings Fallon Henley back into the ring. She hits her with the backbreaker, followed by the spiral tap to win the championship, and well-deserved too. So decent match. Nothing out of the, oh my goodness, phenomenal match, you know. Next up, we got the tag team title match between Nathan Frazier and Axiom versus Josh Briggs and Yoshiki Inamura. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I wasn't too familiar with Inamura, so I never saw any matches of his, so this was my introduction to him. And, you know, this was a toxic goodness match for me. I thought this was really good. Fraxium's on a hot streak right now, delivering great tag team matches every single time when they defend their tag titles, and they will by far go down as the greatest tag team champions of NXT. There was no doubt in my mind that they were retaining the titles, but this was really good match. Josh Briggs showed out yet again. And it's been a while since I've watched Josh Briggs wrestle as well. You two know, you know, because the last time I watched him wrestle was the triple threat match with him, Dijak, and Obafemi at last year's NXT Stand and Deliver, which that was a phenomenal match. And this was another really good match. So, but the winners were predictable though. All right, next up we have the I'm going match order, by the way. We have the NXT Vengeance Day strap match between Trick Williams and Eddie Thorpe. This was decent. It's just I thought the ending was very abrupt, and it was a little bit slow paced, building up the tension in the match. So, but it was cool to see Eddie Thorpe ending up getting the victory. I was not expecting that. I was actually expecting Trick to walk with a victory. So, but this tells me that this feud's probably not done. They're going to do another match, and it'll probably be a number one contenders NXT title match for NXT Stand and Deliver, where Trick will end up winning the match. So that's my prediction. And then we'll have Trick versus Oba for the NXT title at NXT Stand and Deliver, where it'll be the swan song for Trick Williams, and he will end up getting called to the main roster, getting called up to the main roster. That's my prediction. Then after that, we had Javon Evans versus Ethan Page. And something tells me as well that this feud is not done as well. This was also a good match. These two had a match not too long before this as well, before the amazing Fatal 4-Way that Shawn Spears, Ethan Page, Javon Evans, and Trick Williams had for the NXT title at NXT Heatwave. So, and they had a pretty good match there, and they had a pretty good match here too. And the rivalry I like that they're building up here. Ethan getting the victory here was the right call, so Javon can get his lick back at NXT Stand and Deliver, and I'm presuming that they're probably going to have a stipulation match of some sorts, and Ethan will probably lose and then get called up to the main roster as well. So, yes, toxic goodness. Next match we have is Oba Femi versus Grayson Waller and Austin Theory in an NXT Championship triple threat match. And I thought this was great. The only thing holding it back is just... Hold on a second. Is just that I kind of... I don't know. It's just a little bit odd to me that we have, like, two multi-man matches on the same show, meaning, like, a triple threat match and a Fatal 4-Way match on the same show. It just feels a little weird to me. But in-ring action was good. It seems like they're finally going to pull the trigger on the Austin Theory face turn. At least that, I hope, with Grayson Waller hitting that rolling stunner on him. Also, Oba looks like a beast, which your world champion should look like a beast on your brand, which he does here. Yeah, pretty cool spots all around. So, yes, great match. And then we have the main event of the evening, the NXT Women's Championship Fatal 4-Way match between Bayley, Roxanne Perez, Cora Jade, and Julia. Best of the best for me. The NXT women's roster is easily, for me, the best women's roster across all of professional wrestling right now. And this is a match that proves exactly why. And they've been knocking it out of the park. The NXT Women's World Title Division, they've been knocking it out every single pay-per-view. And this is another example why. All four competitors looked really good in this match. Adding Bayley, I think, was a... smart decision and added like a nice little sprinkle to the match. Same with Cora Jade as well. She was a nice new addition as well. Roxanne Perez also looked really good too, and I believe this probably might be her last match for NXT. If not, they're probably going to do a one-on-one match with her and Bayley at NXT Stand and Deliver. Then that will be her last match. And Julia looked really strong as women's champion here. And I loved the ending of the match afterwards, where you had Stephanie Vaquer come out, and they showed off their titles. And then also, Jordan Grace is officially in NXT, which that's awesome as well. Even though some might argue that she's main roster ready. I'm like 50-50 on the situation. But yes, phenomenal match. And this will probably, as of right now, this is probably like in my top 5 favorite matches of the year thus far. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all enjoyed this toxic tier list ranking of all the NXT Vengeance Day matches from the worst to the best. Be sure to let me know your list down below. And sorry again that I wasn't able to do the AEW Grand Slam matches. It's just Then apparently every single time I used the AEW Grand Slam photos, it ended up crashing out on me. So, but with that being said, guys, I'll see y'all next one, everybody. Peace out.